Everybody wants to be with that girl. Long brown hair and the pretty blue eyes. I've never seen quite a sight. I go home and tell all my friends about this girl that I just met. I've never seen anyone quite like her.
Hey everyone, my name is Adrienne, and today I'm going to be filming my first ever YouTube video. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm really excited, and I hope you guys really like it. Today I'm going to be focusing on the the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I love the colors. They're so beautiful. I've only used it a couple times, but like the formula is impeccable, and I'm really excited to do a tutorial for you guys, so I really hope you like it. So without further ado, let's get started. To start, I'm actually going to start with the eyes because I'm planning on going a little bit dramatic, and I don't want fallout to get on my cheeks and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of just easier to do your eye makeup first, in my opinion. So I have tape right here, just any basic tape, and my mirror is right here. So if you see me looking there, that's because that's where my mirror is. And I'm going to start with putting this right on the corner of my eyes. I'm going to take my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot on this brush from BH Cosmetics. It's a 121. It's actually an angled brush, but it's a little dirty, so it's kind of not so angled anymore. And I'm just going to put this all over my lids. Okay, so that's all blended out, and the Jaclyn Hill palette actually doesn't have a matte bone color to set your lids with. So I'm just gonna go into any other palette I have. I actually really like the Carly Bible palette. This bone shade up here, it's like one of my favorites. And so I'm going to take that on just a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to buff that over my lids. Now we're going to go into the star of the show, which is the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to start off with this big blending brush from Morphe. It's an E23. That's what it looks like. And we're going to start off with this color right here is our transition shade. So I'm just taking that color up on this brush, and I'm just going to put it in my crease, and I'm starting from the tape where I want it to be the darkest, and I'm blending it in. So again, pick that shade up, and I'm going on the other eye. I'm going to do the same thing. So now I'm going to take, what brush do I want to take? I'm going to take this Makeup Shack T4 brush. I'm going to take a little bit of a darker shade, deeper red. It's just the one right next to the one that I used. So I'm taking this shade right here. I started out with this one, and I'm taking this one right next to it. It's just a deeper, more red. So I'm picking that up on the very tip of this brush, like that. And I'm just going to work this right in the outer corner of my eye. So now that we have that, I'm going to take a even smaller brush. I'm going to take this Real Techniques base shadow brush. Okay, so I started with this gray color, then I went in with this one, and now I'm going to pick up this one on the tip of this brush. I'll show you. Just on the tip. It's not on the flat part at all, it's just on the very top of it. Tap off any fallout that's not existent because Jaclyn made a perfect palette, okay? And again, I'm going to kind of do the same motion, but I'm going to concentrate this less in the crease like I did with the red color and more on the lid. Okay, now that I have all the matte colors so far that I'm going to use on my lid, I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush. This is a Makeup Shack T93. So I'm going to take a clean blending brush, and I'm just going to go over the lines, not the lines, I'm just going to go over the colors that I've already put on, because I don't want any lines. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a Morphe, what is this, E27. It's really similar to the one I used before, E23. I'm going to go into this orangey color, which is right above the second shade that we used, is this one. I'm going to take that color on this brush, and I'm going to run this in like the top of the crease, kind of on top of the colors that we used before, because I really want the red to stand out, and if I would have put it on before, it kind of would have gotten blended away. So I'm going to put it on last to make it pop. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a concealer and I'm going to carve out just the first part of the lid. I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape concealer because it's like the most full coverage, and I can get a really crisp line with this concealer. So I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my hand, like so. And I'm going to take it on this Royal & Langnickel. That's what it's called, but the number's worn off because this one's the same brand. But I like this one because it's pointed. These are the best things you could ever get. These are from Michaels, and they're like, I think I spent like $3 on them. They're great for shading. But I'm just going to take the concealer on the tip of this brush, like that. And I'm just going to carve out the front half of my lid. Great, and now that I have it on there, I'm just going to kind of wipe off my brush a little bit on my hand to get all the concealer off, and then I'm going to use that clean brush to kind of blend the concealer and then kind of start blending it and fading it into the outer corner. So I'm going to go back into the brush that I used the darkest color with. I'm going to dip into it just ever so tiny little bit. And I'm just going to use that to blend the darkest color into the concealer. Now we have a nice gradient going on, you can see. So now I'm going to take the same flat shader brush that I used to apply the concealer with. I just kind of cleaned it off on my wipe. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the palette. And I'm going to pick up this shade right in the corner. I'm going to take this on my brush. Excuse me, my voice just left me. Like that. And then I'm going to take a setting spray. It doesn't really matter which one. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. And now I'm going to take this color. I'm just going to put it all over the lid up to where the concealer is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the darker blue, this shade right here. I'm going to put that right in between the teal and the brown, and I'm going to put it on the other side of the brush, and you'll see why. It's going to kind of help us blend out the colors and blend them together a little bit better later. And so now I'm going to flip the brush over, take this teal side, and I'm going to use that to help blend these edges together. And then if you're having trouble blending, I'm just going to keep flipping the brush back and forth patting on top of each other. And that's going to get them the best blended as possible. And then we're going to blend it into the crease. Into the outer corner in just a second. So again, picking up the darker blue on the back side of the brush and putting it right where these two colors meet. Okay, so as you can see, they're blended together really well. I'm really liking it. So for the last time, I'm going to take this brush, again, the same color that we used, that dark brown. And I'm going to just use this to blend the brown and the blue together. And then I'm going to go back in with the same brush that had the dark blue on it, just the dark blue side, and go over to blend. Okay, I'm pretty happy how all the lid colors are all blending together. As you can see, my crease is a little harsh on the outer corner, so what we're going to do is we're going to fix that. And my favorite brush to do like really light blending with is this one by Real Techniques. It's a stippling brush, as you can see. It's like a stippling, maybe you can see better, oh yeah, with the red background. It's like a stippling blending brush, and since it's like that, it's really soft and it blends it really seamlessly. So I'm going to go in with that first lightest color that we use on our lid, which is, I'm going to flip this around, this one. I'm going to go in with that color just on the very tip of the duo fiber like bristles. Tap off the extra, and I'm just going to very ever so lightly use this to blend the brown into the rest of my colors. The most satisfying part, we're going to remove tape, and you have a super sharp line. I'm just going to take this baby wipe that I've been using, and I'm just going to very lightly wipe away that little bit of fallout right under my eyes from those blue colors. I'm going to go in with this Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer in Blackish Black 262. It's just black eyeliner. It's pretty easy. I'm just going to line my tight line. And I'm also going to take this eyeliner. I'm just going to run it on the very outer corner of my lash line. And then I'm going to right away take an angled brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk, excuse me, number 27 brush, and I'm just going to smudge out that black. Okay, perfect. So I am going to apply mascara and false lashes off camera. I'm going to use L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and then I'm going to apply lashes, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my mascara and lashes on. These are just like a random pair of Wispies, I think by Ardell, that I still have. Now we're going to move on to the face. I'm going to go in with my Moisturizing Under Makeup Primer, the Hydrating Spackle Primer from Laura Geller. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to take a little bit on the back, or on my fingers. I use the Smashbox, what is this? Photo Finish Foundation Primer Pore Minimizing one. And I use this just right in my T-zone right here, and then I use a little bit on my smile lines, because I do get smile lines with basically every foundation I use. Now for foundation, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Foundation in the color 203 True Beige. My favorite foundation brush at the moment. This is the Makeup Geek Face Buffer Brush, and I'm just going to work this in all over my face. So now I'm going to go in with concealer, and right now I've been really loving the L'Oreal True Match. It says new, but I'm pretty sure this is not new. Whatever. L'Oreal True Match Concealer in N123 Fair Light. So I'm just going to use this brush to pat in my concealer.
Down from my head to my toes, down to the Mississippi. There's only one place I go.
Before I set anything with powder, I'm going to go in and cream contour. I've been really loving this Wet n Wild dual-ended contour stick. This is in the shade medium tan. I'm just going to draw lines, and I only like to contour one side of my face at a time because I'm worried that it's going to like dry up before I get a chance to blend it out. And I'm going to use this It Cosmetics Love is the foundation brush. And then again, I'm going to go in with my foundation brush, which is hiding, and I'm just going to go over everywhere that I cream contoured. Like so. Great, now it's time to set our under eyes. I'm going to set with I can't get it out of my drawer. My number 7. Yeah, that's the right setup. My number 7 translucent perfect light loose powder. So what I'm going to do is I have that picked up on this brush. This is e.l.f. I believe like blush brush. I think it's a blush brush. And I'm just going to go in with the brush I used to blend out my concealer. I'm going to blend out my lines and then right away set it with the powder. And then I'm going to pick up a little extra and I'm going to kind of like half bake. I learned this from Carly Bible. I'm going to set right where my smile likes to be. I also set right on the inside of my nose because that's where my foundation tends to break down first. I am going to take what's left on the brush. You see there's like a little bit left on the brush, and I'm actually going to run it over my eyebrows. Just so the eyebrow products I'm about to use grip a little bit better. Oops. And I'm going to go in with a brow powder. This is actually the Wet n Wild Brow Kit, Ultimate Brow Kit. So I'm going to pick up a mixture of the two powders. And I'm just going to start on the outside of my brow and fill them in. Like that. It's a pretty good brow. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, eyebrows are all filled in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set them with an eyebrow gel. The one that I love is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. Like, I love these so much. Literally, I have 3 different shades. And none of them have the labels on them because they all just, like, rub off. This is my favorite brow gel because it gives you color as well as it really thickens your brow. Brows are done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wipe off our bake. I'm using a Makeup Shack T30 brush. Wipe off my bake. Great. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set the rest of our face because I cannot not set the rest of my face. I will get so oily. So I'm going to use the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Powder. So So now we're going to finish off the rest of our eyes before we do the rest of our face. So I'm going to go in with this shade that we used at the very end in our crease, the really bright red one. And I'm going to go in on this is the brush that comes with the Anastasia palettes. I actually really enjoy it. I'm going to pick up the color on this flat shader side, just on the tip. And I'm just going to run this right under my lower lash line. Now what I'm going to go in with is a really small, well, this is kind of a fluffier pencil brush. This is the Morphe E36 pencil brush. And I'm just going to pick a little bit up of the darkest, oh no, I got my finger in it. The darkest shade we used in our outer corner, which was this shade right here. I'm just going to pick that up and I'm going to use that on the very outer corner of the eye. Now I'm going to go in with this retractable eyeliner in aqua green. Now what we're going to do to finish up the eyes is lower lash mascara. I use my Rimmel Lash Accelerator one. I'm going to go back into the palette one last time. I'm going to go in with this second shade over from the top. This one here on a sponge. These makeup sponges are great for inner corners. If you throw them out, stop doing that. Keep them because they're great. And I'm going to go in with that second color. And I'm going to brighten up my inner corner with it. So we're done with the palette. So now what we're going to do is we're going to finish up the rest of the face. So I'm going to start with bronzer. I'm going to go in with this brush, which is another one of the stippling brushes, the Real Techniques stippling brush. This is the last one in this set. This is the Bronze Booster in light to medium. I'm just going to pick it up. Hopefully it's not like too shimmery. We'll see. So I'm going to pick that up on my brush and I'm just going to run that kind of over my contour. Ooh, I'm loving this bronzer. Okay, that's great. Then I also have the butter bronzer, which is great, but I wanted to try a new one. So now I'm going to go into a Wet n Wild angled brush. This looks so dirty, but the bristles are really light, so it gets dirty quickly, so don't be mad at me. And I'm going to go into my Tarte's Pro Glow, and I'm going to take this shade Sculpt right on just the very end, like that part of my brush. Just going to pick it up just on the end right there. Tap off the extra, and I just kind of put it in a line right here on my jawline. Now we're going to go into blush, and I want to keep it fairly neutral because our eyes are really drama mama, so we're going to keep the blush pretty simple. And on the neutral side, I'm just going to go in with Tarte Risque. Oops, sorry. Tarte Risque blush. I think today I'm going to go in with my Flower Beauty. I cannot talk. If you guys do not have this palette by Flower Beauty, it's just a trio highlighter palette. the Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's 3 shades. They also have a contour, like a face palette with a contour, blush, and highlight. And I believe the highlight in that palette is the same as this one here. So I'm actually going to mix, I think I'm just going to mix all 3 of them and put them on my cheeks. I'm going to go in with my highlighting brush, which is right here. This is a from Target. I got it in a set. It's like the Up and Up brand at Target, and it's really similar to the Anastasia one. So I'm going to use this brush, and I'm just going to kind of dabble into all 3 of them and just kind of mix them back and forth. Tap off the extra because these are crazy. These are so creamy, so they're super easy to blend. I'm going to go in with this fan brush. It's just a Morphe M601. Just any fan brush will work. And I'm just going to run over this and blend. Oh my gosh, that highlighter is literally ridiculous. Just blend that all together. And then I'm going to go in with my finger and just, I don't know, this gold one. And I'm going to put it right on my Cupid's bow. Like, come on. This literally looks like aluminum foil. Okay, that's a little much. Now, we are going to set the face. I like... The setting spray that I've been using is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is great. Feels so good on the skin. Like, look at that. Bam. So now, last but not least, we're going to do lips. This is the Tarte, these are like the watercolor, like Rainforest of the Sea lipsticks. I think that's what they're called. In Pink Lemonade. And to start, I'm going to line my lips. This is ColourPop Lumiere. It's not going to match perfectly, but whatever, it's fine. And now I'm going to go in with my lipstick. Again, this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea in Pink Lemonade. So I'm going to put in some earrings because my ears are naked. And then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I hope you really love it. I love the bright colors. Like I said in the beginning, this palette is absolutely amazing. It's so good. The textures of the shadows are super blendable. The pigmentation is obviously there, as you can see. And I just love how the face turned out. We have a really glowy cheek. This is a super bold look. It's not going to be for everyone, but maybe if you don't like this, hopefully you at least enjoyed watching the video. And I hope you really do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below telling me what you think about it, maybe some suggestions of videos you'd like to see in the future, and any comments or feedback or anything like that. I'd love to hear. Luna and I say thank you so much, and please subscribe. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Say bye, sleepy puppy.